Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Brian Crombie Radio Hour on Saga 960. My pleasure tonight to introduce you to Cora Cristobal, who is the founder of the Toronto Women's Club. She's a best-selling author, and she's just released a brand new book that I wanted to find out a little bit about what it's about. It's called The Science of Getting Rich. Cora, welcome to my show. How are you?
Thank you very much, Brian, and all your wonderful listeners. Thank you for having me.
So tell me, what's the science of getting rich?
Okay, so this is the book that became bestseller. I wanted to let you know that this is a rewritten, updated, and simplified version of the original. The original book was published in 1910, 110 years ago.
1910, it was originally published.
Yes, it was written in 1903, published in 1910, and the author died immediately the next year, 1911. So 110 years ago. It's only 100 pages by Wallace D. Wattles from the US. It's all about how you can acquire wealth and make money. Of course, you can apply it in different areas of your life. But this book is the basis for all the wealth books, including the book and the movie, The Secret. If you are familiar with the book and the movie, The Secret, it's about the law of attraction. That book that was written by Rhonda Byrne from Australia was inspired by this book. So what happened, my mentor invited me to rewrite this book because this English written 110 years ago is very hard to understand. The English that was used was the English 110 years ago. So we collaborated to rewrite this book with our own examples. We put in our own notes, the most powerful points, and put in diagrams and codes. And so now this is very, very easy to understand. Also, we developed a program wherein we have our own website. Every buyer of the program can access the website. And there are other ways by which you can learn from the book. If you don't want, some people don't want to read a book, but you can download the digital version of the book and you can download it in any device. You have an iPhone, you have a laptop, you have an iPad, and you can download it and listen to the digital version of the book. Also, we recorded 20 audios and 20 videos. Every chapter, there are 17 chapters in the original book, and we added 2 chapters, one chapter from me and 1 chapter from my co-author, Sunil Tulshani. And so every buyer of the book or every student who bought the program will have all the platforms by which you can learn on how you can get rich at the modern time. So that's what the book is about.
Fantastic. And tell us a little bit about the original author, can you? How did he come up to get these secrets to building wealth?
Of course, very little information is given, but I did a little bit of research. So Wallace D. Wattles, since he was young, he wanted to become rich, right? But he did not become rich, so he sort of like trial and error. You know, when he will have to do something and then he failed and then he said, oh, maybe this is the way I need to improve it. So he learned from trial and error. And then at the age of 50, through his first 50 years of life, he was discovering how one can be successful and how one can acquire riches. So from his own experience, he formulated. Of course, he was also studying in the likes of Ralph Waldo Emerson. If you are familiar with Ralph Waldo Emerson and those very old philosophers, he was learning from those philosophers about the book. But he was the very first author who put how to get rich in a book format, right? You know, in those years, not everybody is writing a book other than probably the Bible. Of course, the Bible, you know, this is the oldest book. But when it comes to how to become successful or how you can make money, The Science of Getting Rich in 1910 by Wallace D. Wattles was the very first one and the oldest book. So anyway, he learned from his own life, how he failed, he becomes successful, he failed, he becomes successful. And from those philosophers that he studied, he put them together. And before he died, he became a very rich man. He became very rich.
By following the secrets. of success and getting rich.
Yes, the secret, Rhonda Byrne. This is the story of Rhonda Byrne. Rhonda Byrne stumbled into the book of Wallace D. Wattles. And at the time, Rhonda Byrne, the author of The Secret, was undergoing some financial challenges in her life. I don't know exactly what it is, but I also researched about the author of The Secret. And as he was reading, according to my research, as Rhonda Byrne was reading the book, she was crying, and she learned from it. And she got inspired and wrote the book. And then I think then she went to the United States and collaborated with the likes of Jack Canfield. You know, all the celebrities in the movie The Secret. You got Bob Proctor, who is from Canada, Jack Canfield, Dr. John Gray, Lisa Nichols, Michael Beckwith. All those thought leaders and very successful successful people are in the book The Secret. And Rhonda Byrne, from what I read, was crying when she was really touched. And I myself only read the book 3 years ago, but I read it only once. So hard to understand. I did not have the time because you need to keep reading and reading and reading the book before you need to immerse before you can really understand. It's not an ordinary regular book, but once you get into it, I immersed myself into it. I really fell in love with the book before I agreed to rewriting the book. And it was COVID. So March 13, I think that was the start of lockdown. And I said, what do I have to do now when all
might as well write a book. Sounds good.
Yeah, all my events. You know, I do a lot of events. 12 of my events were canceled because of the lockdown. So I said, this is now the perfect time for to rewrite the Science of Getting Rich.
Fantastic.
So actually, COVID paved the way for us to rewrite the book. And it became bestseller in Canada, USA, and bestsellers in India, Australia, and UK.
Cora Cristobal, the Science of Getting Rich. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take a break and come back more about the book, The Science of Getting Rich, in just a minute. Stay with us.
Hi.
Welcome back to the Brian Crombie Radio Hour. We're chatting tonight with Cora Cristobal, who is the co-author of a book called The Science of Getting Rich, which is a rewritten book of a book that was originally published in 1910. And it's got a whole bunch of secrets, science of how to get rich. But let's, Cora, just talk a little bit about you for a second. You're the founder of the Toronto Women's Club, which has as its title, Empowering Women to Success. Tell me about what the Women's Club is and how do you empower women to success?
Yes, thank you so much. 3 years ago, I founded Toronto Women's Club, and the tagline is Empowering Women to Success. I am an immigrant to this country 18 years ago. And just a little bit of background, how did I come about to create Toronto Women's Club? I had some challenges with one of my children, and it ended up with a divorce. My husband left and went back to the Philippines, and I was on my own, new immigrant to this new country, and for a regular woman and not even an immigrant to Canada, I learned and discovered that I have the power to survive and thrive. Just to cut it short, right? And that gave me the inspiration to create Toronto Women's Club. I hired a mentor, and my mentor probably saw something in me that I did not see to myself. You know how it is when you have your own blind spots, but other people will see that. And he inspired me. My mentor, Sunil, who is my co-author in The Science of Getting Rich, said, there's a lot of women out there who needs to be empowered. And I did not understand, I did not realize. But as I started running the Toronto Women's Club, the Toronto Women's Club run 4 live events a year. And I do live events that gives training to women. For example, how you can improve your mindset, how you can improve your skills, how you can network with other people. You see, women have different mentality from men, right? We are different. We have different physiology, and we have different mindset. And now is the 21st century. So what I do, I deliver training. I also invite other speakers. It's a whole day event that I do every Saturday, every quarter, once every quarter. So 4 times a year I do events, and from there they become member, and from there it goes into mentorship. Now I coach and mentor women, and even men come to my event. I do personal coaching in the areas of life, in the areas of overcoming obstacles, and in the areas of making money. I happen to have license in real estate, and I'm also a real estate investor. So I help women gain more confidence, gain the skills that they need so that they can improve their lives. So that's what Toronto Women's Club is about.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for doing that. Okay, so let's come back to the science of getting rich and making wealth. Give me some suggestions. What are some of the chapter headings or the chapter titles, if you could?
Okay, one is, why is getting rich a science, right? Why do we say that getting rich is a science? Chapter 2, there is a science of getting rich. Meaning to say, science is a body of principles and systematic laws. So there are certain laws that you need to follow, or there is a formula that if you will follow, it's like mathematics, where 1 + 1 is always 2. So if you follow the formula in the book, it says that failure is impossible.
Okay, so give me, if you could,
Yes.
a sample of what some of the part of the formula is.
I will give you the whole formula. I'll give you the whole formula, but I cannot discuss everything. Okay, 1, you must have a vision.
Yep.
Vision. Second, you must have a purpose. You have a vision. Purpose is why you do things. Why you do things. Why are you doing things, right?
So number 1, a vision. Number 2, a purpose.
Purpose. And number 3, you must have faith. You must believe in yourself that you can do it.
Have faith.
Faith.
Vision, purpose, faith.
Faith. Number 4 is gratitude. You must be grateful.
Okay, well, that's a surprise. Tell me about gratitude. Why is gratitude so important?
Yes, it is important because some people, they just want to probably, okay, I want to make $1 million, but then they forget to thank God why you get $1 million, right? They only want material things. But it says in the book, you thank God even before realizing your vision and your purpose. Let's say you want to have a beautiful house, or you want to travel. Then after getting all the whatever you want, we forget to thank, right? But here it says that your best connection with God is to be grateful. And the more grateful you are, the more God will give you what you want. So you must always be grateful, because if you forget how to be grateful, then chances are God is not going to give it to you. So gratitude is always mentioned in the book, because the gratitude is the power that connects you with the power. So the more grateful you are, the more you will be given what you are looking for. And you need to thank the giver of everything that we have in this world, even before you get it. So
okay,
that's
so vision, purpose, faith, gratitude.
And the 5th one is strong willpower. Willpower is
willpower.
Willpower. As you know, if you want all of those, but you do not have willpower, if you doubt, if you don't have, like you are obsessed and you have strong willpower, it's not also going to happen. So that's the 5th, right?
So how is faith and willpower different?
Well, faith is you believe in yourself, but you don't want to do it. Some people are lazy, right?
Yep.
Some people are lazy, right?
So you have to believe in yourself and work really hard.
And you have to work really hard. You probably have faith, but if you, for example, you want to do something. If I created Toronto Women's Club and I stumble into a problem, then I give up. That's gonna happen. Why am I still here after 3 years? Not everybody lasts 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. That is why the first 3 years or 5 years of business is very critical, because that will really test how strong is your willpower.
Okay, so vision, purpose, faith, gratitude, willpower.
And the last one is action.
Action.
Because even if you have the top 5 and you are not taking action, nothing's going to happen. You should have all of that. That's the whole ingredients to become rich or to become successful.
Vision, purpose, faith, gratitude, willpower, and action.
And action.
And that's the science for getting rich.
Yes.
And do you think it's different today than it was in 1910, or is it just the same?
No, it's the same. For me, it's the same. You can apply it to your own self and say, okay, how did I become Brian Crombie, or how did I become Bonnie Crombie, your wife, or how did I become somebody, right? We can study all the people who become rich and all the people who become successful. You can apply it in any area. It's not only about acquiring wealth. And for me, I believe that should be the formula.
Okay. Well, this is fantastic. You mentioned that this book motivated the book, The Secret. The book, The Secret, I thought was just about sort of putting out there what you wanted. It was this law of attraction that you mentioned.
Yes.
And they didn't talk that much about willpower or action.
Because Rhonda Byrne only was inspired, but I did not say, it doesn't mean to say that he took all the principles in the book. She probably believed only in that part, because law of attraction, okay, there are 7 natural laws of success. There are 7, and one of them is law of vibration, and law of attraction falls under the law of vibration. There are 7 natural laws. So I think it's my personal opinion, because I also read the book and watched the movie The Secret, and they did not talk about the book The Secret did not talk about all of that. No, I think she was inspired, but she only took a part of it. It's not the entire book.
So these 7 laws, what are these 7 laws of?
The 7 laws: law of vibration, law of polarity, law of gender, law of transmutation. I have it in my chapter 19, so that I don't miss.
What's transportation?
Law of transmutation.
What is that?
Wait.
Can you explain the law of transmutation?
Just a moment. I'm going to pull out so that I don't miss anything.
We're talking with Cora Cristobal about the 7 laws of what? 7 laws of success?
The 7 natural laws of success.
7 natural laws of success. And she says it's vibration, attraction, polarity, gender, transmutation.
Let me see if I have it here. Okay, here. Okay. This is called the natural laws of the universe.
Okay.
One is the law of vibration, which is also called the law of attraction.
Okay.
Which we all know, right? That we attract.
Yeah.
We attract. Law of polarity is the second one. It means to say that everything has an opposite. If there is hot, there is cold. If there is up, there is down. If there is good, there is bad. So
okay.
That's the law of polarity.
Third?
The third one is law of rhythm. Rhythm. It says the tide go when you are on a downswing, do not feel badly. No, the swing will change and things will get better. There are good times coming, think of them. So you go with the rhythm. Right. That's the law of rhythm.
4?
The next one is law of cause and effect. Whatever you send into the universe comes back. Action and reaction are equal and opposite. Say good things to everyone and treat everyone with total respect, and it will all come back. Never worry about what you are going to get. Just concentrate on what you can give. Now, it also said the cause and effect. Everything that happens to you, you cause it.
Happens for a reason.
Yes.
Okay.
Law of gender. Every seed has a gestation or incubation period. Like, for example, a baby has to be formed 9 months before a baby is born, right? That is gestation. Ideas are spiritual seeds and will move into form or physical results. Your goals will manifest when the time is right, and know that they will.
Okay.
So I give 5. And then the 6th one is law of relativity.
Relativity, what's that?
Relativity.
Einstein?
Everything is relative. Einstein, yes, Albert Einstein, the law of relativity. Nothing is good or bad, big or small, until you relate it to something. Practice relating your situation to something much worse, and yours will always look good. So everything is relative.
Okay, and then what's the last one?
The last one is transmutation.
Okay, that's the one I didn't understand. What's transmutation?
It's about energy. Energy moves into physical form. The images you hold in your mind most often materialize in results in your mind. It transmutates.
Okay, and these 7 natural laws come from who?
No, the 7 natural laws of the universe, it's not created by Wallace D. Wattles. I don't know who created it. And from what I read, the natural laws of the universe are created by God. This is according to the spiritual leaders from long time ago. I don't know.
But you included this in the book in your extra chapter, correct?
Yes, I included it because there's a lot of spirituality in the book. Like if whatever you send out in the universe, it will come back to you, right?
Yeah.
So this is about the law of attraction. So if you do good, it will also come back to you good. If you send out positive, you also get positive. If you send out negative, you also. So that's why it is important to also learn the natural laws of the universe. And from what I learned, this was the natural laws of the universe is the law of God, which and God is omnipotent, all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-loving. So there's a lot of spirituality in this.
Excellent. Well, Cora Cristobal, thank you so much for telling us about the science of wealth, the science of getting rich, the 7 natural laws, and what was it? The vision, purpose, faith, gratitude, willpower, and action, which I thought was wonderful as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
If people want to get your book, how do they get it?
Oh, they can go to the Science of Getting Rich. There are many ways they can get the book. One, of course, it is in Amazon. It's already bestseller and it's published in Amazon. Second is they can go to the website, scienceofgettingrich.ca, or they can email me at cora@torontowomensclub.ca. Because when you email me, I can personally sign the book. If you buy from Amazon and from the website, then they are not personally signed. And those are the ways you can.
Well, I want to get a personally signed one, so I'm going to give you an email. Thank you very much, Cora Cristobal, for joining us and telling us about the science of getting rich. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, send me an email where I can send it, and I will send it to you as a gift. I'll be very happy to give you the copy with my signature.
That's very kind of you. Well, that's Cora Cristobal, The Science of Getting Rich on the Brian Crombie Radio Hour. Stay with us. We're going to take a break and come back with some of my own thoughts on success. Stay with us. Cora Cristobal, thank you so much for joining us. Good night.
Very much. My pleasure.